Today's episode is brought to you by Sincerely Shalia, my very own greeting card line, written and designed by me for real love and real life. Whether you need the perfect card to celebrate love, apologize, or say what's on your heart, Sincerely Shalia has you covered. So skip the generic and say it your way. Check out my full collection at shaliavinny.com/greeting cards and find the card that speaks for you. I can't wait till you guys check them out. And don't forget to let me know what you think. I love you guys. Hello and welcome to the Love This Way podcast, the show that exists to help men and women everywhere to be better at love. Never any gender wars or back and forth, just great tips to help you find and sustain the love of your dreams. Because love is a journey, but you still need direction. So grab your tribe and get ready because each episode we're going to be talking about our real life issues, answering tough questions, and building solid relationships with one another as we heal, learn, and grow. I'm your host, your girl, Dr. Shalia Vinny, and on today's show, we're talking about something we all want in a partner, compatibility. Have you been getting it wrong the whole time, though? Let's get into it. Hey, my babies. Welcome back to another episode of Love This Way. Now, today we're talking about a word that gets thrown around way too much in dating conversations, compatibility. Everyone wants someone they're compatible with, but let me ask you this. Do you even know what compatibility really means? Because most people think it's about having the same interests, like, you might like the same foods or you're vibing to the same music. But real compatibility, it doesn't even begin until things get hard. See, the Latin root of the word compatibility comes from com, which is together, and pati, which is to suffer or endure. So that means compatibility isn't about who you have fun with, it's about who you can endure life with. Everybody loves for better, but can you handle the for worse? Can you do love when it's not convenient, easy, or cute? Because true compatibility isn't who you have chemistry with, it's who you can survive storms with. So today we're going to break down why your idea of compatibility might be holding you back from real love, how to tell the difference between surface level attraction and true partnership, and 5 ways to know if you and your person can actually go the distance through the storms, not just the sunshine. So if you've ever thought, I just want someone I'm compatible with, this episode is going to make you rethink everything. Can we keep going? So I want to talk about the truth about compatibility because it's really not what you think. When people say they want someone they're compatible with, what do they usually mean? We got the same sense of humor. We like the same hobbies. We just click. The chemistry is amazing. And that's cute. But let me tell you what real compatibility looks like. When life punches you in the face, do you pull together or fall apart? When money is tight, do you turn on each other or do you work as a team? When someone's parent dies, do you know how to support them through grief? When your partner goes through a depression, do you have the patience to love them through it? Because real compatibility starts when life stops being easy. I've seen couples who were perfectly matched in the good times crumble when the storms hit them because it's easy to love someone when everything's smooth, but love isn't really tested in the sunshine, it's tested in the storm. And that brings me to the real question. How do you know if you found someone you can weather storms with? So I want to talk about the difference between chemistry, connection, and compatibility because one of the biggest reasons people get compatibility wrong is because they confuse it with chemistry or connection. So let's break this down. Chemistry is instant, but it's not enough. Chemistry is that spark, that rush of excitement when you meet someone and everything just clicks. It's physical attraction, infatuation, it's emotional intensity, all of that wrapped up in one, right? It makes you obsess over them. It keeps you checking your phone. It makes your heart race when their name pops up. But here's the thing. You can have chemistry with someone who is completely wrong for you. That's why people stay stuck in toxic relationships because they're confusing chemistry with all the other good stuff that's really real. How many times have you met someone who made your heart race, but they were inconsistent? How many times have you had crazy magnetic chemistry with someone who played mind games? Chemistry is powerful, but it's also dangerous because it tricks you into thinking you found something deep when it's really just chemical reactions in your brain. That's why chemistry alone is not enough, which brings me to the next level, connection. Connection feels deeper, but it's still not enough either. Connection is when you feel emotionally understood by someone. It's when you can talk for hours, when you feel like they just get you. It's when you feel safe being vulnerable, when you can share your thoughts and emotions freely. And yeah, connection is important, but connection alone doesn't guarantee long-term compatibility because you can connect deeply with someone who doesn't share your life goals. You can feel safe with someone who doesn't want the same kind of future as you. You can have great conversations with someone who isn't capable of doing the hard parts of love with you. Connection is important, but without long-term compatibility, it's not going to last. And that's what brings me to my last point. Compatibility is what lasts, and it's built over time. Compatibility is not about who makes you feel good in the moment. It's about who you can build a life with. It's not about how well you get along when life is fun. It's about how well you handle each other when life gets real. Compatibility is about values, endurance, and partnership. So I want to talk about what true compatibility looks like in real life. It's how you handle conflict together. It's not just how you vibe when things are good, it's about how you resolve issues when things get hard. If every disagreement turns into the silent treatment, yelling, or emotional shutdowns, that's a compatibility issue, not just a communication issue. It's how you show up for each other in hard times. If one of you loses a job or a parent or you go through depression, what happens? Do you grow closer or do you start resenting each other and falling apart? Real compatibility means being able to carry the weight of life together, not just enjoying the good times. It's how you handle boredom and routine. Because guess what? Every relationship eventually leaves the honeymoon phase. If you constantly need excitement to stay interested, you might be addicted to novelty and not ready for long-term love. Compatible couples will find joy in the quiet moments. It's about shared core values, not just shared interests. Do you believe the same things about family, commitment, faith, money? Do you want the same things out of life? You don't have to like the same TV shows, but do you agree on the big things? It's about emotional safety, not just emotional excitement. A truly compatible relationship will make you feel secure and not anxious. So if you feel on edge or unsure of where you stand or like you're constantly trying to earn their love, that's not compatibility. That's dysfunction. The right person will bring you peace, not confusion. Hey, friend. If you're tired of those generic impersonal greeting cards, I've got you covered. Sincerely Shalia is my very own greeting card line, written and designed by me to help you say what's really on your heart. Whether it's love, apologies, or just because, these cards speak for you. Skip the cookie cutter messages and send something real. Check out my collection at shaliavinny.com/greeting cards and find your perfect card today. So we've been discussing what compatibility really means, but how do you know where you and your partner stand? If you really want to know whether you and your partner are compatible in the real sense, here's 5 ways you can tell. Number 1, you can disagree without destroying the relationship. Every couple fights. But do you fight to solve problems or to win? Because real compatibility means learning how to fight fair. Because love isn't always about being right, it's about being on the same team. Number 2, you have the same core values, not just the same interest. You don't have to like the same music or food, but do you agree on the big things? How do you handle money? What do you define loyalty as? How do you deal with conflict? Hobbies can change. Core values should not. Number 3, you can support each other through hard seasons. If your partner lost everything tomorrow, would you still love them the same? If you fell into depression, would they know how to love you through it? Love is not about convenience, it's about commitment. Number 4, you know how to handle boredom without sabotaging the relationship. Real love is not always exciting. I know this is so hard to swallow, but it's not. The couples who last are the ones that know how to sit in the quiet moments without needing constant entertainment. If you get restless in a relationship just because it's not exciting every second, that's not a compatibility problem, that's a patience problem. And then number 5, you see each other as partners, not opponents. When things get hard, do you fight each other or do you fight together against the problem? Because people who are truly compatible move like a team. So if you and your partner can do these 5 things, you've got a real kind of compatibility and you've got a real shot at the kind of thing that lasts a lifetime. I really want you to sit with this idea because we spend so much time chasing compatibility like it's some magical formula. Like if we just find the perfect person, love is going to be easy. But that's not what compatibility is. Compatibility is how well you endure life together. You don't really know if you're compatible with someone until you've suffered with them, until you've had a season where everything went wrong, or you lost something important and saw how they showed up for you, or you had disappointment with each other and you had to rebuild trust. Because real love, it doesn't just thrive in the sunshine, it survives in the storm. Anybody can be compatible when it's date nights and good sex and fun vacations. But love isn't proven when things are easy. It's proven when things are hard. So ask yourself, when life hits you both at the same time, can you still stand together? Can they be your peace in the storm, not just your fun on the good days? Can you love each other through the worst versions of yourselves? Because that is real compatibility. And that's the difference between a partner and a placeholder. And before you go searching for someone who's easy to love, make sure you're choosing someone who's built for the hard parts of love too. Because at the end of the day, the real question is not, do we get along? It's, can we suffer together and still choose each other? That's real love. That's real compatibility. And if you're not thinking about love in those terms, you're not really ready for a real relationship. Now, if you need more help, you can always go to shaliavinny.com and book a one-on-one session with me. You know I'm here for you if you need me. I love you guys so much, and I'm always rooting for you. Today's show is brought to you by Sincerely Shalia, my greeting card line. Please rate the show on your favorite streaming platform, share it with one person who you think needs to hear it, and ask them to do the same. Remember, good, better, best. Don't you ever let it rest. To your good is better, and your better is best. Until next time, your friend and motivator and relationship strategist, Dr. Shalia. Bye.